Good morning, dear students. Now, welcome to today's class. In our today's class, we'll discuss a new topic that is profit and loss account. As we know very well that we have already started a new chapter that is financial statement, under which we have already discussed the format of trading account and few questions related to trading account. And after preparation of trading account, let's proceed towards the another account that is profit and loss account. So what do you mean by profit and loss account? So profit and loss account is prepared after preparing the trading account. As we have already discussed that trading account in which we records all direct expenses and all direct incomes related to their organization. So after recording these all expenses and incomes, we'll proceed towards the profit and loss account. The profit and loss account will be prepared after the preparation of trading account. Remember one thing, after preparation of trading account, we'll prepare the profit and loss account. So it is prepared to determine net profit or net losses incurred by the business during an accounting period. So this is being prepared to determine the net profit. Net profit, this is the amount of profit and whatever the net losses, if there is net loss, if there is loss which is being incurred in an organization, then we'll find out with the help of statement of profit and loss account. So why we prepare the profit and loss account? The main figure, the main motive of preparation of profit and loss account to determine the net profit or net loss which is being incurred in an one accounting year. So this is also the final result of an organization which is being prepared at the end of the accounting year. And the motive of this profit and loss account to determine the amount of net profit or net loss of an organization. So net profit or net loss starts with gross profit. The gross profit which we have calculated under trading account. So that much amount of gross profit being transferred to profit and loss account on the credit side. And in case of gross loss, that means if there is gross loss under trading account, it starts with gross loss, that means transfer from trading account on debit side. So in your statement of profit and loss account, if there is gross profit, then it will be transferred in your credit side of profit and loss account. But if there is gross loss under trading account, that will be transferred debit side of profit and loss account. So thereafter, all indirect expenses and losses transferred to debit side of profit and loss account, and all indirect incomes and gains transferred to credit side of profit and loss account. So whatever the indirect expenses or incomes, as we have already discussed, direct expenses and incomes, which is totally related to factory expenses and manufacturing expenses, and other than the factory or manufacturing expenses like selling and administrative expenses, selling or distribution expenses, administrative expenses, office expenses. These are the indirect expenses, and if there is any income related to administrative one, selling or any office expense, all any office related incomes, that is known as indirect income. So whatever the indirect income and indirect expenses, that particular indirect income and expenses will be recorded very in your profit and loss account. So I hope is it clear to you all. Now let's proceed towards the features of profit and loss account. So right now we'll discuss about the features of profit and loss account. So first feature says it is the second stage in preparation of final account. So as we had already discussed in earlier classes that the financial statement is also known as the final account, and this is the second stage. First stage is what, your trading account, and the profit and loss account is your second stage of preparation of final account. Now point number 2 says it relates to particular accounting period and is prepared at the end of the period. Okay, so it relates to particular accounting period, that means that will be created or prepared for one accounting period only, and the another account for another accounting period there will be another profit and loss account. Okay, so it relates to particular accounting period and prepared at the end of the period, that means on 31st March of every year, or whatever the end of the accounting year in which we prepare the profit and loss account to find out the profit or losses. It shows the financial performance of enterprise during an accounting period. So it shows the financial performance of an enterprise during an accounting period. And the last one, that is balance of this account is net profit or net loss. The balancing figure of this account, that is net profit or net loss. So we'll have to find out the net profit and not net loss. For this purpose, we'll have to prepare the statement of profit and loss account. So I hope this is clear to you all. Now let's proceed towards the format of profit and loss account. So right now we'll discuss about the format of profit and loss account. So here you can see the format. This is what profit and loss account for the year ended whatever 31st March, which is being given in your books of accounts. So this is what the format of profit and loss account. So profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March, and this is what debit side and this is what your credit side. And in particulars, in debit side, you know the things, that is gross loss transfer from trading account. Whatever the gross loss is being incurred by an organization with the help of trading account, you can transfer here. And if there is any gross profit which is being incurred with the help of trading account, that will be transferred here like this, that is gross profit transfer to trading account and gross loss transfer to trading account. या तो gross profit होगा या फिर gross loss होगा, दोनों में से कोई एक ही हो सकते हैं, isn't it? And now let's proceed towards your debit side. So right now I've told you that all the expenses will be recorded in your debit side. So just see the things. Salaries is what are indirect expenses, so it will be recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. Rent is also an indirect expenses, so it will also be recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. Printing and stationery, postage and courier, telephone expenses, insurance expenses, business promotion expenses. If there is any business promotion expenses being incurred by an organization, this is also what your indirect expenses, because it relates to selling and distribution expenses. And as I have told you that the indirect expenses will be recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. And now proceed towards the another one, that is repairs and renewals, depreciation, interest, any conveyance charges, if there is any conveyance charges being incurred in an organization. So this is also is an indirect expenses, and it will be recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. To bank charges, if there is any expenses related to bank charges, it will be also recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. General expenses, if there is any general expenses, this is also being recorded debit side of profit and loss account. To electricity expenses, if there is any electricity expenses concerned with uh, administrative expenses or selling and distribution expenses. If there is any electricity expenses, that means fuel and power related to factory one, that particular expenses will be recorded trading account. But here only electricity expenses being given, that means it is concerned with selling or distribution expenses or whatever the administrative or office expenses. That's why it is being recorded in your profit and loss account. So another item is loss by fire or by theft or damage. If there is any loss by fire, that will be recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. To commission, if any commission being paid, that will be recorded debit side of profit and loss account. To advertisement also being recorded debit side of profit and loss account. To freight and carriage outward, if there is any freight or carriage outward, that will be also recorded debit side of profit and loss account. To discount allowed, if there is any discount allowed being given, that will be also recorded debit side of profit and loss account. Any traveling expenses, any bad debt, it is also being recorded in your debit side of profit and loss account. And now let's proceed towards the credit side of profit and loss account. So if there is any indirect income being related or being received by an organization, that will be recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. So by rent received, this is being recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. By discount received, if there is any discount being received by an entity, that will also be recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. By commission earned, if there is any commission which is being earned by an entity, that is also being recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. Interest received, if there is any interest being received by an organization, that is what your indirect income, so this is also being recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. Now proceed towards the another item, that is bad debt recovered. That means if there is any bad debt which is being incurred in an organization earlier years, but right now we are getting the amount of bad debt. This is what the bad debt recovered. And bad debt recovered is a type of income or indirect income for the concern. so it will be recorded where in your credit side of profit and loss account. And the another item, that is income from investments. So if there is any income from investments, this is also a type of indirect income, and it will be recorded where in your credit side of profit and loss account. And proceed towards the another one, that is dividends on shares. If there is any interest or dividends which is being received on shares or debentures or whatever the investments, so it will be also recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. And by miscellaneous income, it means any other incomes which we have not known or not being recorded right now here. So if any miscellaneous income which is being find out, that will be also recorded in your credit side of profit and loss account. And the last thing, the net result of profit and loss account is net profit or net loss. So either the organization will incur the net profit or net loss. So if there is excess of debit side and less in your credit side, the differences will be net loss. But if there is excess of credit side less than the debit side, less amount in debit side, the differences amount will be the net profit. That means the balancing figure of profit and loss account here will be the net profit or net loss. So either there will be a net profit or there will be a net loss. So I hope you will have understood the concept and format of profit and loss account, features also being discussed, and the meaning and concepts being discussed about the profit and loss account. So as in our earlier classes we had already studied or discussed that in financial statement we are going to prepare mainly two types of statements. First one, that is income statement, and second one, that is position statement. So under income statement we prepare trading account and profit and loss account to find out the amount of income, that means net profit or net loss of an organization. So under income statement, we had already discussed the trading account, and right now we have discussed about the profit and loss account. So that's all for the time being, and we'll discuss about practical aspects of profit and loss account in our next class. So that's all for the time being. Thank you and God bless you all.